Hello, coming to you live from the corner with the radiator. This is a Dohyo Quick Strike. So this isn't like a full episode of the Dohyo, it's what we call like a mini, an amuse-bouche, a mini Dohyo, a quick strike. And yeah, it's just a way to keep the conversation going mid-basho when a lot of interesting stuff has already happened. Thing the first, we have lost both of our Yokozuna since I filmed the predictions episode. I did not expect either of the Yokozuna to be like a part of the Yusho race, but I expected them to stick around a bit longer than they did and pull a few wins off the Banzuke. I think the only person who really got affected by a Yokozuna was Daisho, so I'd say for most of the Sanyaku you can bump another win to their prediction. So we might be looking at a 13-win Yusho. That brings us to the leaderboard of Miyagi-Ryu after 5 days. Now, yeah, he started 5-0, which he hasn't done. Well, I mean, he did it in Nagoya of last year, but the last time Miyagi-Ryu was this high in the Banzuke and had a 5-match winning streak was Nagoya of 2016. So I think this is another example of sort of what I call the Hank Aaron effect. The overall quality on the top of sumo is going down a little bit, so some veterans who have a little bit more technique and a little more pep in their step right now seem to be reading a little better than they used to. I would expect Miyagi-Ryu to finish with like 10 wins at this point, but I do not expect him to be in the Yusho race down the stretch. My Terunofuji prediction still looking pretty good. Had the loss today, but I think he's going to be able to bounce back from that. Onosho is one of those guys I said he has a trend against. So we'll see how he does against Takanosho, who he has never beat. Also at 4-1, in our non-sort of Sanyaku like contenders right now are Chiyonokuni, great on you, hope the thumb is okay, and just like Aoyama and Kaisei, two guys whose primary strategy is, I'm big. If you've noticed, and with Aoyama, like once a year he pulls out like a double-digit win, sort of like quasi-Yusho run, this might be the basho in this year where he pulls out like the 10-plus wins. We don't know yet. I mean, he started 4-2 at one point last year and ended up finishing like 4-11. So we'll see if he's got one of those in him. But hey, the next 5 days are going to tell us a lot about Aoyama. The little guys have been giving us some great sumo. There has not been a lot of crazy sort of nonsense gimmicky sumo. There's been just a lot of straightforward, excellent matches by the Pixies, the guys who are under 300 pounds. Now, a lot of them aren't racking up a lot of wins because, I mean, a bunch of them are facing each other, but their sumo is looking good. I mean, Midori Fuji's only won 2 matches so far, but if you saw his match today versus Tobizaru, it was an amazing match, even though one of them had to lose. And yeah, on a quick side note, I don't think I've seen any henkas except Midori Fuji's Day 1 henka against Hoshoryu. Nothing against henkas, they're perfectly legal, but you never want to see like an important match decided with a henka. My only prediction that is absolutely going to be wrong, I had the sumo 3-way parlay already killed within 5 days. I said all 3 Kotos were going to get Kachikoshi, and that's not going to happen. Koto Waco is doing okay, but Kota Nowaka is at 1-4, and Kota Shoho was 0-2. Looked terrible in the 2 matches he was in, and then went Kyujo, so he's on the midnight train to Juryo, so Kota Shoho. So whatever's going on with you, hopefully he recovers, gets his head on straight, and pops back out from Juryo. Our returning champion, Daisho, only 1-4, but I think he has been fighting well. Like I said, I didn't think he was going to sweep the Sanyaku again. I think people were going to be gunning for his style a little more in this tournament. He's 1-4. Hopefully things are going to get a little easier for him from here on out. I still think he can get the 9 wins I predicted. And then in the lower divisions, some good news and some bad news. The bad news is we have Tokashoryu going 1-4 at the top of Juryo. That does not bode well for his return to the Makuuchi division. Former Makuuchi wrestlers Ikioi and Kota Yuki are both down at Makushita 1. Both of them are Kyujo at this point. So we'll see how long those 2 guys are going to stick around. Ura is up at Juryo 7. He's got a 3-2. Hopefully he keeps getting the Kachikoshi and we will see him in Makuuchi by the end of the year. And 2 of my favorites who are down in Juryo, Chiyomaru at 4-1 and Enho at 5-0. Hopefully I'm not jinxing him, but I would really love it if Enho ended up pulling like 10 wins and ended up back in the Makuuchi division come May. All right, everyone, who do you like for the rest of the tournament? We got a lot of people at 4-1. Takanosho, Takayasu, Asanoyama, they're still up at 4-1. There's still a lot of people in the mix at 3-2. Do you think any of them are going to be able to bust out and get back in the Yusho race? Is Shodai going to be okay at 2-3? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you for tuning in. Everyone stay strong, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you in about 5 days on the Dohyo.